Hello, I'm glad you clicked on this video. I heard you want to move to Japan, but you have so many questions and you don't know who to ask or like what to do. I'm here to answer your questions. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Clara. I'm a Spanish student and I'm studying in Japan at Wasa University, like my complete 4-year degree. So I moved here by myself and I'm living independently. So I know everything you need to know to be able to live in Japan. And before coming here, I had many questions and I felt like they weren't really answered. Like there's not that many valuable tips out there on like specific technical things to do and like things like health insurance, residence cards, jobs, blah blah blah. So I'm here to give you a complete guide. It's not going to be the most in-depth because it's going to be kind of a short guide, but I hope it helps you. Anyway, so we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off with visas. Okay, you might be wondering, okay, I want to go to Japan, but I need a visa, right? Well, I'm currently here on a student visa and that's what many people do. You can get a working holiday, but I think you can only get a working holiday once. So what many people do is they apply to a language school and they get a visa from the language school and are able to come here because of that. Since I'm a university student at Waseda, they gave me a student visa and like they handle the things for me, no problem, boom, I'm here. The working holiday, I don't really know how you apply for it. I guess you have to ask at like your own embassy, but I think you can only get it once. And you could also get like a spouse visa. So for the student visa that I am sure about, what you do is you basically, once you get accepted into the university, they like run some things for you. There's this thing called the certificate of eligibility, which is COE, and the university will apply for it for you, but you need to fill in some documents like your income, your address, like where you're gonna stay there, if you have any family there, things like that. I had to mail those documents to Waseda, and once Waseda received those documents, they like did some procedures which I have no clue what they did, and they sent me back the COE, which is certificate of eligibility. With the certificate of eligibility, I was able to go to the Japanese embassy in Spain and apply for the visa there, and they gave it to me. Once you have the certificate of eligibility, like they will take like maybe like a week to give you the visa, at least in Spain. Though you do need to book in advance because normally with like embassies and like immigration procedures, you have to do things well in advance. So be sure you're doing everything with like a lot of time. And you also need the certificate of eligibility once you arrive to Japan. They will ask for it in the airport, so make sure you have it handy because if not, you might get entry denied. Let's say, okay, now you have the visa, perfect, that's great. What about my airplane tickets? What do I do? How do I get there? Which airline do I use? Blah, blah, blah. If you're like me, I took the cheapest option, which was Air China. It has like the flight durations depend from like 16 hours to like 30 hours depending with which company you fly. And I flew with Air China. I stopped in like Beijing for like a 4-hour layover, and from like Madrid to Beijing it's like 12 hours, and then from Beijing to Haneda it was like 4 hours. Also, Japan has 2 airports, Narita and Haneda. Haneda is much closer to the center, so it's like to like Shibuya, Shinjuku, like main areas where like from there you can like branch off into more specific places. So I feel like it's more useful, but I don't know, you have to check like where you have to check like if Narita is closer to where you want to get. The airplane tickets cost me around 700 euros to go back and forth. That's like $800 ish. I don't really know. It also depends like when you buy them, like the timing. Like with these, like with buying plane tickets, I could literally make a whole separate video about that. Like you need to like turn off your cookies, go incognito, like certain times of the day, certain days of the week, certain websites, because at the end of the day, like all these people want to track information and like sell you more expensive flight tickets, so you gotta be careful about that too. Okay, let's say you have your plane tickets and you have your visa and you're like, okay, what about utilities? How much do you spend a month in Japan? Okay, so for food, I spend approximately 20,000 yen a month, which is like around 120 euros. Sometimes I spend 150, like it depends like how much groceries I'm buying if I'm eating out. Eating out is like relatively cheap, so don't worry about that. Then rent here, like since I live in a dorm, I don't really know about how rent contracts work, but normally you will get like 70,000 yen, 80,000 yen. Some like dorms might include like meals included, others might not. All the people that I know that don't live in dorms live in shared houses, and there's like tons of like companies for that, so like don't worry about it. Like you're not gonna come here and have no house. And for money to exchange is important, so you should always like carry some cash. It's essential because like if you want to buy like train tickets or something, they only accept cash. So you should like before you come here, you should take some of your money and like exchange it to Japanese yen, like just in case, you know, you're never sure. Also, there's like exchange money stations at like Don Quixote, which is like a shop. I don't really know how to explain, like a shop with like tons of things. So if you have like some money in like your own home country currency, you can change it. I don't know which currencies are accepted or not, but like the main ones like euros and dollars are accepted. And also if you have like a credit card, I personally use Revolut, and there's also another one called Wise, which you can like, I use it for my personal bank account, and I can transfer them from like euro to yen with like no fees, which is great. And then I just withdraw it at the ATM. The ATM does charge a fee, which is like 110 yen per 10,000 yen, which is like not that much, but it's also like kind of annoying because I mean I have to keep on doing it. But once you come here, you'll be able to set up your bank account and everything, so don't worry about it. There are many main bank accounts that are used in Japan, but like the most foreigner friendly one I think is Japan Post Bank. It's called Yucho. Like the setup is in English, though after that the web interface is in Japanese, so it's super difficult. But you can always ask people. If you have friends here, you can always ask them. Like, I know it all sounds like really daunting, like, oh my god, credit cards, health insurance, how am I gonna pay my rent? I have no idea. Literally, don't worry, it's gonna be fine, okay? It's literally, stop worrying. Health insurance, I just mentioned, you pay like around 1,700 yen a month, and they like send it to you by mail, and then you can like pay at a convenience store, which is what I do. You should definitely come with an eSIM, of course, that's like obvious. And then when you come here, you like set up your own SIM card. So like I recommend Rakuten, they're like the cheapest in my opinion. And when you go get your like SIM card done, you need like your passport, your residence card. Like I think all the documents you have should bring them. If you're a student, you should also bring your student ID, because I wasn't able to get my SIM card unless I brought my student ID, which is I'm like, people that are not here as students, how are they going to do it? I don't really know. Sorry. But if you search online, there's like definitely tons of sources that will be able to help you out. Let's say you have everything. I have my list here. Your visa, your plane tickets, you're ready for rent, you've exchanged some money, you're already aware about the health insurance. Okay, I just arrived at Haneda Airport or Narita Airport. What do I do? First of all, they will give you your residence card at the airport, so really take care of that, because your residence card is literally your ID, and if you lose it, you literally can't do anything. So make sure to keep it safe and like receive it. And if you're a student, you will also need to get the permission to work. As a student, you can only work maximum 28 hours a week, and they will stamp it on the back of your residence card, so be sure to ask for that. I feel like they will ask you for it, but be sure to ask for the stamp. If they give you some documents, just ask also for the stamp if it's possible, because without the stamp you can't work. And there's also another important Japanese card. It's called My Number card. So it's like it's not compulsory, but it definitely helps out with like tax payments, like certain transactions. You can get that once you're already here, so don't worry about that. Once you arrive, just think of like the work permission if you're a student and your residence card, and honestly survive it, because it's a really big change and it's like very shocking at first. And there's like not even only culture shock, like you're jet lagged, you have so much baggage, you already miss your family, your tummy hurts from the flight food. But don't worry, like you're gonna go to sleep, you're gonna wake up, tomorrow's gonna be a fresh day, and you're gonna be in Japan before you even realize it. So I think that's basically it, to be honest. I feel like those are the main things that I wanted to know when I came here. Residence card, health insurance, work permit. Oh, also like job types. As a student, it's very difficult to get a job if you don't know Japanese. Like you can do English tutoring or like tutoring in your own like language. I don't really know how to find students, so it's like best to like study Japanese a little bit before, or like if you're coming to language school, don't worry, you'll learn. Luckily I work as a waitress, and like since it's like in a foreigner style restaurant, they don't really require that much Japanese. Like they require it, but they're okay if I don't, because what they want is like foreign people working there. So you should like look for that. Some websites, I'll put it here. Gaijin Pod is great for, that's actually where I found my job, my current job. Be sure to know that the work scenario for like students is not very foreigner friendly. You're gonna have to try a lot, search a lot, but you signed up for this, you knew this wasn't gonna be easy, so you literally got it. Come on. Actually, I'm currently in an classroom. If you have any questions, I really want to help people, because I know it's all very daunting. And once you come here, it's going to be very stressful because you have so many things to do. Get a phone number, open a bank account, register at the city ward, blah 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 blah. But go step by step and like control the things that you control right now. Buy your plane tickets, rent, things like that. And once you come, it'll be completely different. And I can make a separate video about that if you guys want. But that's basically it. I hope this was very useful to you, and be sure to watch my other videos. Thank you guys for 500 subscribers. We hit it yesterday and I'm so happy about it. And actually tomorrow's my birthday. I'm gonna be uploading a birthday vlog. I'm turning 19 in Tokyo. I gotta head out to the algebra class, but I hope this was useful to you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next Friday.